Blues Blues Club Hollywood. Please welcome the Nelsen Adelard Band.
My new girl went back in school. She was stubborn, man, she was cool. And when she started to boogie, she don't want to stop. Make her daddy want to blow his top. She had a boogie. She had a boogie. She had a boogie, boogie, man, till she just couldn't boogie no more. I knew a preacher way down south. He loved to preach, he better run his mouth. When it came time for Saturday night, oh, that preacher was out of sight. He had a boogie. He had a boogie. He had a boogie, boogie, man, till he just couldn't boogie no more. But when I get to boogie, Lord in the house, till my beats don't fail me now. I got a boogie, I got a boogie, I got a boogie, boogie man, till I just can't boogie no more.
You know, I grew up with, my parents were into big band music, and they were into, I grew up with all kinds of music in my household. So I was early on, I think jazz, early, you know, Louis Armstrong and that kind of stuff. It's there in my roots, you know, I still love that stuff. But to me, the most soulful performances like Ray Charles and those guys are what really attracted me to the music business. When I was 14, I had an acoustic guitar that a friend of mine, or actually my parents gave me, and a friend of mine showed me a few chords on it, and it was just one of those things where that's all I did for probably a couple of years was play guitar. Tell your secrets, don't tell me no lies. Oh, are you ready, baby, to really testify? Tell me what you want, baby, tell me what you need. My back's against the wall now. Something good for me to make me believe I want you. Baby, tell the truth. Baby, tell your story.
it's wrong, let's get it right and baby, come clean. I want you. Oh, baby, tell her the truth. I need you. Oh, baby, tell her the truth. I love you. So, baby, tell her the truth. I need you. So, baby, tell her the truth.
Well, I started out actually on drums, and it was one of those things where I always had a pretty good sense of timing. But there was so many drummers in my area that I was sort of elected to, and I could sing, so I was elected, sort of pushed out to be the front man, and I ended up mostly singing, and that's the first couple of bands I got into. I fronted the band basically as a singer who happened to play guitar.
Here's another one off our first album. It's called Black and Blue. Nowadays, you need to be strong. Give and take, just to get along. I gave it all, and I was true. You turned my heart black and blue. You took my heart, twisted around. I gave it all, and then you put me down. I knew you were too good to be true. You turned my heart black and blue. taught me a lesson I just don't know how to take. So now I've learned from what I've found. Keep my eyes wide open and my feet on the ground. Now I'm strong and I refuse to let my heart turn black and blue. I won't let my heart turn black and blue. Won't let my heart turn black and blue.
When I first heard B.B. King in the early days, live at Cook County Jail, that was the album that I heard. I loved his guitar playing, but what moved me was the emotion that he put into his vocals, and it sends shivers down my back. And I never forget it. And to me, it was it made me want to play that style of music so I could express myself the same way he did.
The weekend come, I want you by my side. Then you go out with your old friend Jill. I got no more money to pay all of my bills. I said, tell me, honey, why you doing me wrong? I said, tell me, honey, why you doing me wrong? 'Cause it's early Sunday morning, down the road I'm gonna. Oh, yeah. baby, take you to show. I said, now what do you want? She said, more, more, more. I said, tell me, honey, why you doing me wrong? I said, tell me, honey, why you doing me wrong? 'Cause I tell her Sunday morning, down the road I'm going. So I'm a hard-working man, so tell me why you doing me wrong. I said, tell me, honey, why you doing me wrong? 'Cause I tell her Sunday morning, down the road I'm going. I said, I tell her Sunday morning, down the road I'm going. I said, I tell her Sunday morning, down the road I'm going.
When I would get together, even in the early days when I was playing, you know, whatever it paid, rock and roll or soul or whatever, I used to do studio stuff in New York. When we got together with musicians, the thing we had in common was the blues, and so when I put an act together out here, that's really what I love to play, and those are the kind of musicians I got together with. When I was 18, the drinking age on the East Coast changed in several states to 18. And so what I would be, normally would be illegal for me to play these clubs, I could actually play. So we started playing these clubs and doing openers for some, there was an amazing amount of blues guys that were coming through. It was the early 70s, and the blues was at a resurgence, and they were playing college towns, and because college kids at the time were into the blues. And so Muddy Waters and James Cotton and Johnny Winter, most of the major blues guys from Chicago were traveling to be able to make money, and they worked the East Coast, and we were lucky enough to open for these guys. So we were just a local band, but we got a chance to rub elbows with them, and that's really where you know, we all got hooked on the blues, and then that's sort of where the whole thing started. to do just enough, probably what you would call nowadays FM rock or classic rock, to get away with playing a lot of these clubs, and then we would slip in our blues tunes or our originals or whatever. But you had to have it, you had to plan it just perfect so that you played a couple of popular songs so the people would get into the music, and then you'd slide in a couple blues tunes. And we did as much as we could get away with and still make good money on it. I tell you what we used to cover is like some Stones, some Rolling Stones stuff. We used to do a lot of early Motown stuff. We loved the early R&B stuff. And we would get away with it mainly because, like I said, the college crowd at the time was into R&B. And so we used to sort of sneak by with doing a lot of old Motown covers and soul covers. It was fun.
About 5'2", she got long dark hair, but her eyes sure ain't blue. They're black as coal. I don't know why, but I love my sugar pie. She got the devil in her smile, the angel in her eyes. But don't you live too long or she get hypnotized. Don't ever ask me why, but I love my sugar pie. She's a woman of her words. She says something to you, you better listen to what you heard. Don't ever ask me why, but I love my sugar pie. She got the devil in her smile, the angel in her eyes. But don't you live too long or she get hypnotized. Don't ever ask me why, well I love my sugar pie.
This is actually one we're working on right now. I wrote, it's got this boogie feel to it. It goes something, it's got this... I had several friends who played harp much better than me, and I played basics on it and just didn't. I didn't think it was anything I was gonna really play. I played to fool around with it, and I think there was a couple of tunes that when I was playing in a band that I was just, someone told me, look, you got to play these harp parts, and I had to learn them. And when I first heard Junior Wells, a buddy of mine had a Junior Wells album, and when I heard him play, that's what got me going. And then I started to grab 2 or 3 different harmonicas and sit with a record and just try to play those riffs. And that's when I really got turned on to it. And then I got into James Cotton, and then I really got hooked. I got together with Gary Primich one night. We met one night, and the next day we went to the studio, and it was one of those things where we both sat down. There was a couple beat up old amps that they brought out. We plugged into them, and we were just going to jam on something. And Gary said, "Hey man, we got to get a head of some kind." So he started playing this like that, and then so I started copying it, and we went around probably one time around where we got the feel for who was going to take what lick. And then we rolled tape, and if you listen to the CD, you'll hear me saying, "Are we rolling?" And then the engineer says, "Yeah, we're rolling." And all of a sudden, we counted it and went into it. And that first take was probably the hottest. We did a couple takes after that, but the first take was the most. It was on the edge because at that point we really didn't know what was going to happen next, and that was the fun part, I think.
Got the devil on my left hand, baby. Got the angel on my right. You've been sneaking around my back door, but keeping out of sight. You've been jive talking, mama. You rid away my patience thin. You got me running around in a circle. Babe, I just don't know where to begin. But you say I don't know my blues. Then you smile and say I do. I tell you it's easy to sing the blues when I've got friends like you. You've been jive talking, mama. You and I know it very well. Ain't too hard to tell. Just about jive yourself around in a circle. So now it's your turn. Mark Nurse, I think it's your turn to tell the truth. Tell the truth, boys, now. Mark Norris on the sax. Excited, baby, 'cause you say you like my blues. But damn, when we get down to it, you'd rather drink my booze. You've been jive talking, mama. You and I know it very well. It's too hard to tell just about jive yourself around in a circle. So now it's your turn. I think it's your turn. I think it's your turn to tell the truth.
Nelsen Adelard, give it up for him, singing the blues for you.
I came out here in about '86, and I had done some studio work in New York prior to that, working with a couple songwriters, just doing demos for them, playing harmonica and doing some vocals on stuff. And I did the same thing when I came out here, and played with a band called the Woodpeckers when we first got out here. And those guys were a blast. We played a lot of the local, the LA scene. The title of the first album we did, and I think it sort of gives my, my overall feeling at the time, where I had played several different kinds of music, either to make some money, like studio stuff, or to play live. But the thing that we kept going back to was the blues, so I wrote this tune. Well, you're with me when I'm up, and you're with me when I'm down. You're with me on the road. When I come back to town, I sing blues. Got a hold on me. I sing blues, just won't let me be. Well, you're with me when I'm up, and you're with me when I'm down. You're with me on the road. Well, I come back to town. I sing blues, got a hold on me. I sing blues, just won't let me be. Well, I try to make it rock, but I try to make it roll. When I'm in the mood, well, I can sing my soul, but them blues got a hold on me.
Well, I told you all my story, and I have no regret. Think that life has come and gone. You ain't seen nothing yet, but them blues got a hold on you. I said blues gonna pull you through.
I was driving down to Hermosa Beach. We had this this Sunday jam we used to play every Sunday, and it was the middle of the summer, probably July, and I was stuck in a traffic jam. And as usual, I was playing harp because you could play one-handed harp and drive at the same time. So I was playing harp, and I started getting this lick, and I started thinking, just take me back to Hermosa. That was the first thing I thought of. And then I had a notebook on the other seat, and I started writing the lyrics. And I basically wrote Back to Hermosa on the drive down to Hermosa Beach one day.
Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna be. Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna be. Wanna take all my trouble and dump them in the deep blue sea. Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna stay. Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna stay. Take my little baby with me, you're down in the sand and play. I'm tired of working 9 to 5 to take home pay. I'm tired of putting up with all the fools in LA. Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna be. Wanna take all my trouble and dump them in the deep blue sea. Working 9 to 5 to take home pay. I'm tired of putting up with all the fools in LA. Take me back to Hermosa, 'cause that's where I wanna be. Wanna take all my trouble and dump them in the deep blue sea. Take me back to Hermosa, back to Hermosa. I gotta go back to Hermosa. Help me. Back to Hermosa. Take me back to Hermosa. Come on. Back to Hermosa. I gotta go back to Hermosa. Back to Hermosa. I wanna take all my trouble, dump them in the deep blue sea. One more time. Take me back to Hermosa. Back to Hermosa. I gotta go back to Hermosa. Take me back to Hermosa. Back to Hermosa. I gotta go back to Hermosa. Back to Hermosa. I wanna take all my trouble and dump them in the deep blue sea.
very close to the first tune the first blues tune I ever wrote was the tune that's on the current album, which is Boogie Woogie Blue, which is the... It's got that kind of boogie kind of groove to it. And I wrote that when I was 17.
Well, I've been playing my guitar for quite a while. I ain't real good, but I got a style. Well, listen, if it played, I'm gonna lay it on the line. The music starts flowing, make it feel so fine. Come on, woogie woogie blue, baby. When I blow my heart, my mind wanders back. The first time I heard Chicken Shack. The music gets hot, the boogie gets cool. A jumping and a jiving is the only rule. Come on, woogie woogie blue, baby. I just lose control. The pound of blues goes straight to my soul. The good time music gonna get you high, pick you up and let you fly. Come on, boogie woogie blue with me. Come on and boogie woogie with me. Boogie woogie blue with me. Come on and boogie woogie. Uncle Ben Beckley on the drums. John Dusick on the bass. Paul Mosher on the guitar. Mark Norris on the sax. The doors and me, let me introduce my new rocket idiot. Well, yes, it's great, just one way. Everybody like my rocket idiot. That we're riding style, moving all along. The but a baby smart design, black and good with top off, girls don't mind. Smoking with me, riding all around town with joy. for the baby smarties and that convertible top, all girls don't mind. Smoking with me, riding all around town with joy. Step on my rocket, baby, don't be late, cause we're pulling out of the half-past 8. Going around the corner and get a grip of what my car's gonna take a little nip. Move on out, moving, grooving along. Look at that. Thank you very much and good night.
It was a feeling that I had, and I think a lot of blues fans share it. You know, you listen to all kinds of music, but really what gets to you is the blues, and that's why I've been playing it.
I said blues just won't let me be. Well, I tried to make it rock, and I tried to make it roll.